Yo, this is Saleem here, coming at you from my balcony here in beautiful Medellin, Colombia. And in today's video, we're going to be diving into the ultimate morning rituals for energy, success, and motivation. Alright, if you win your mornings, you will win your day, and how you start your morning sets the rhythm for the rest of the day as well. And today, I'm going to walk you through my ultimate morning routine, and the days that I follow through with it go 100%. I mean, you can't even put a number on it at this point because they go so much better than the days that I don't follow through with it. All right, that being said, let's dive in. Yo, just woke up. It is about 7:30 a.m. I was in bed around 10:30, 11, so I've just gone about 8 hours, and the first thing that I do upon waking up is drink some water. All right, now water is the essence of life. About 60% of the earth is made of water, and coincidentally enough, 60% of our bodies are made of water as well. All right, and even slight dehydration, which is something like 1% of your body weight, can result in moodiness, lower levels of energy, and just even just headaches and stuff like that. So the first thing before even going to the toilet is that I chug some water. All right, now during sleep, water is not the only thing that your body loses. Another thing that it loses is a lot of minerals and electrolytes. All right, and the way that I fuel up with that is with some pink Himalayan sea salt. All right, now sea salt is way better than table salt because it contains about more than 60 trace minerals, including phosphorus, magnesium, boron, zinc, sodium, manganese, and yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot. I don't know all 60 of them at this point, but yeah, so basically take some of this, like a pinch of it, and just put it under my tongue so that it can, like, obviously it has all the bunch of other minerals and electrolytes, but the most important thing is that the sodium actually binds to the water molecules inside and outside the cell, so it actually ends up hydrating me even more. All right, so I'll take a pinch of it and just put it under my tongue. Right, so after getting some sea salt, after getting my hydration on point, after getting my minerals and electrolytes on point, I went and used the toilet, took a quick piss. And the next step is to go outside. All right, now you'll notice I'm still not wearing any shirt or clothes or anything like that, and the reason for that is because I want to expose as much skin as possible as I can to the sun first thing in the morning. So I'm here on my beautiful balcony right now. It is kind of a cloudy day here in Medellin, and nonetheless, the sun is gonna be out, otherwise it would be 100% dark, right? So a lot of people think that you can only soak some ultraviolet light when it's extremely sunny outside, but the truth is that even on a cloudy day as such, the luminosity of the light that you're getting from the sun will be way higher than the light you can get from anywhere else. So it's very important to get outside first thing in the morning, because what it does is that biologically we're meant to be waking up with the sun and sleeping with the stars. All right, this is something known as the circadian rhythm, and it's the way that humans have been functioning since basically the beginning of time until the light bulb was invented something like 150 years ago. So from the beginning of our evolution to about 150 years ago, our lives are basically in rhythm with the rising and setting of the sun. But since we've been invented electricity and have light at night as well, it's kind of messed with our biological clock. That's why a lot of us are struggling with sleep issues and stuff like that. But honestly, if you get an hour in the sun between the hours of 6:30 and 8:30 a.m. and just soak as much sun as you can on your skin, back, chest, wherever, and if you do that, it'll significantly reset your biological clock so that you feel energized by the time you wake up and sleepy by the time it's actually time for you to go to sleep. And at this point, maybe you noticed in the beginning I was kind of tired, and right now I feel that I'm absorbing all this energy from this beautiful sun. All right, so while I'm actually out here on the balcony and soaking some not only vitamin D, some ultraviolet light as well, realigning my biological clock, getting my hormones in order so that my body's actually releasing the daytime hormones that will give me energy, and also prepare. Also, by the time it's time for me to go to sleep, I'll be way more sleepy as well. All right. But while I'm here on my balcony as well, I try to do some movement just to get my heart rate up, because heart rate up improves circulation, improves cognitive function, and further aligns your biological clock as well. All right. But actually, before that movement, what I'm going to do is hang on this pull-up bar right here. All right. And the reason for that is because obviously I've been lying down for about 8 hours and the spine and my body is kind of compressed. So I'm just going to show you. I'll put my phone on the tripod here so that you can see that when I'm hanging, the objective is to push my pelvis forward so that my spine can decompress, and you can literally feel it decompressing. And after that, I'm going to hang and just practice my grip strength and also get my abs tightened up as well. All right, so let me just get the tripod for that. So yeah, that's for about a minute each. And yeah, really the grip strength, the second one, actually you can use that to assess how well your central nervous system is recovered as well from previous day of training, something like that. But the next step is to get my heart rate up, and with that I'm just going to demonstrate. The point is just to get your heart rate up so that your circulation can improve, so that your cognitive function can improve, so that your body can release the right hormones that will get you ready for the day as well. All right, and for that I'm just going to do like maybe even less than 1 minute of jumping rope, and that will definitely do the trick. So yeah, just about 1 minute of skipping rope, get the heart rate up. It's not an exercise you're trying to do that you need to recover from. It's just to get the heart rate up, to get you a bit more energized, to get the right hormones released, and also to further align your biological clock. All right, so the next step is something else. We're gonna go inside for that and I'll demonstrate that as well. So the next step in this ultimate morning routine is actually a two-step routine that involves deep breathing and a cold shower. All right, this is something that's I've learned from a guy named Wim Hof. If you haven't heard of Wim Hof, he's like a 60-something dude who has set like dozens of Guinness World Records. He has run a marathon in the Arctic. He has done some pretty crazy, amazing feats, and I basically bought his 10-week program, and it's a progression to it, so I recommend that you do the same. I'll link out to it below. But yeah, so it's deep breathing. I'll demonstrate it right now, but it's a combination of deep breathing and cold water therapy. So the point of the deep breathing is basically to take some heavy power breaths and to hyper-oxygenate your body, all right? So that there's a lot of oxygen going through your cells, and then that oxygen actually can make you experience some feelings of being high to some extent as well. I mean, I don't feel that right now because it's been more than 3-4 months that I've been doing it at this point. But in the beginning, when you do it, the point is basically to take 30 to 50 power breaths, which I'll just demonstrate right now, to the point where you feel a tingling sensation in your extremities, your tips, your fingertips, and your toes. And once you do that, you know that your body's getting hyper-oxygenated, and then you hold your breath, and then however long you can, and then after that you take a deep inhale as well, which is 1 round of the Wim Hof method. All right, so I'm just going to demonstrate 1 round right now, but what I usually do is 3 rounds, actually 4 rounds, and then followed by push-ups afterwards while holding my breath. Now that's something that Wim Hof gets into in his program. There's a certain progression to it. It's not like you just jump into it, and there's also a progression for the cold showers, but I'll just demonstrate the power breath so that you can get started right now as soon as you watch this video. So the purpose is basically like this. All right, so it's like deep, and the point is deep breathe, diaphragmatic breathing deep into your belly. All right, or as Elliot Hutz would say, deep into your balls. Most of us are not breathing deep enough. We're breathing through our chest, like as such. Rather than that, we should be breathing deep into our belly, all right? And the one power breath is like this. So this is how it goes. So if you notice, I'm breathing deep into my belly. Obviously right now it's just demonstration, so I'm not going to follow through completely. I'm going to do that after I turn the video off. But the point is to breathe deeply into your belly and exhale just loosely as you feel, alright? So it's like, just like normally. So yeah, you do 30 to 50 of that until you feel tingling sensation in your fingers and toes, and then you take a deep breath in, let it out like normally, and then you just hold for as long as you can. And while going with the program, he basically recommends that you actually time your breaths so that you can work on progressing and holding them longer and longer. The longest I got was 3 minutes, but these days I'm averaging about 2 minutes because I took a break off it for a while. But yeah, do that as well. And then there's also some combination of yoga and some other stuff, so I'd highly recommend that you check out the Wim Hof program. But this is I've definitely ingrained it into as a part of my morning routine that I try to do every single day. And if you bet the program, then he'll walk you through every single progression as well, alright? So I'm just gonna run through the Wim Hof method to get myself energized, to get my body energized, and to have the right stuff going on so that I can get to work later. But I hope that that demonstration was sufficient. If it wasn't, let me know in the comments below, and I can probably film another video that goes more in depth on the Wim Hof method. But obviously, if you want to check it out, I'll link out to it below as well. So I just finished up about 4 rounds of the Wim Hof method, the breathing part at least, and I feel pretty light, feel pretty amazing, feel pretty energized. But that was only the first part of his 2-part routine. The second part involves a cold shower, and now I've been taking cold showers for a long time. I've filmed an entire separate video on the benefits of cold showers. I'll link out to it below. But Wim Hof basically, once you start off with his program, he walks you through a progression, because obviously your body will take time to desensitize to it and adapt to it. Because I remember the first time I took a cold shower, like my whole body got red, and it wasn't, I wouldn't say it's the most optimal way about going things. Right now, my body's used to it. I just hop into a cold shower real quick, get it done, feel refreshed, and do my next task. But if you haven't started yet, I would recommend you start with 30 seconds, or just like take a warm shower for however long you want. And then at the end, just turn it off onto cold and try and stay there for 30 seconds, all right? So I'm just gonna hop into my shower, and then we'll go to the next step in this ultimate morning routine. Just got done with my cold shower. I feel refreshed, I feel energetic, I feel ready to take on this new day. And a large part of the reason for that, as I went over in my cold showers video, is that when you expose yourself to cold water, it's a shock to your system, and in response to that, your body basically releases a hormone called norepinephrine, which functions as a neurotransmitter and basically enhances your energy, enhances your mood, and basically makes you experience all the things that you would want to at the start of your day, so that you can get in the right place mentally and physically to do what you need to do, all right? So right after the cold shower, what I do is I write in this 5-minute journal right here, all right? So the journal prompts, I'll just read them out to you real quick. But the journal prompts, I mean, other than the journal prompts, there is a quote as well, and it's good to read out the quote every day as well. So every day there's a new quote, and today's quote is, "Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony." Mahatma Gandhi. Now, that's the first time I read this quote, and definitely it resonates a lot, because what I've learned from other mentors as well is that when your thoughts, words, and actions are in alignment, you are being congruent with who you really want to be, because you're taking the actions that would manifest the thoughts that you want to see play out in this world. And then obviously what you say is very, very important as well, all right? So 5-minute journal is great. I'll link out to it below. So every day there's a motivational quote. Once a week there's a weekly challenge, and there's 3 prompts at the start of the day. All right, so the first prompt is I'm grateful for ... I write 3 things. And then what would make today great? 3 things. I usually write for 3 things that if I did my business today would make it a productive day based on my standards. And then daily affirmations, I am ... whatever you want to write after that. And then there's a nighttime ritual in this 5-minute journal as well. So 3 amazing things that happened today and how could I have made today better. All right, now gratitude is something that's talked about in probably every single religion out there. Now I don't know what your spiritual beliefs are, I don't know what your religion beliefs are, but the bottom line is that gratitude, practicing gratitude, is a scientifically proven way to boost your happiness. All right, they actually did a study in which they brought in one group of students and had them write a random thing every single day for however long, I think it was 2 weeks, and another group of students write down things that they were grateful for every single day. All right, and then when they went and they could compared the dopamine levels, I think it was dopamine or some other hormone, that serotonin maybe, but basically when they compared the 2 students' dopamine or serotonin levels, they found that the students that wrote down what they were grateful for every single day actually had significantly higher amounts of dopamine or serotonin production going on in their brains, i.e. they were actually more happy and fulfilled. Right, now I read a book in which it's by Phil Stutz called The Tools, and in that he talks about how on one level of perception gratitude is an emotion that you experience, but on a much more deeper and profound level, gratitude is a higher organ of perception which makes you aware of the generosity and the way that the universe works in mysterious ways, and that you are the constant beneficiary of its generosity. All right, now I don't know how deep you want to go with that, but if you just write down 3 things that you're grateful for every single day, I can guarantee you that you will have better experiences and better emotions throughout the day as well. And the point is that once you write down what you're grateful for, to sit back and actually absorb the experience. All right, feel the emotion. So what I'm thinking about right now is that I'm grateful for my ability to walk. All right, that's the first thing I'm gonna write down. I'm grateful for my obviously waking up in this apartment and having a warm bed to sleep in at night. And the third thing that I'll write down is that I'm grateful for my amazing circle of entrepreneur friends that I've met here in Medellin, Colombia. All right, now those are 3 things that I'm grateful for. I'm going to write them down, and as I write each of them down, I'm going to feel the emotion and try to actually embody it. But another tip for you is that you can also write down things that you want in the future. For example, if you're trying to build a 6-pack, you write I'm grateful for having a 6-pack, and then you just feel the emotion associated with that state of mind. And I can tell you that some pretty miraculous stuff goes down if you do that as well. All right, but I'll keep that idea for another video. But yeah, man, gratitude is key. Definitely check out the 5-minute journal that I've linked out below. All right, so I just filled up my 5-minute journal, and the next step is to make my bed and just organize my room and just clean it up, make it neat. All right, because it was Sigmund Freud who actually said that your experience of your environment is not separate from your consciousness. And if you don't have a neat room, if you don't have an organized room, then it's an indication that your brain and your thoughts and how you're going about things is not exactly organized as well. Now obviously the extent of that will vary depending on your perceptions. I don't know, I'm going a bit deep here, but basically I want to clean up my room. I want to have it neat so that it can reflect the type of person that I want to be, which is organized, clean, and refined. So just to organize my room, and at this point I usually get down to work here on my standing desk. Yeah, it's just a chair on top of a table, because sitting down is actually they say sitting is the new smoking. That's what I heard anyway, because it's just very bad for you and it's not in line with how your body was genetically evolved to be in the position it's meant to be in. And at this point, yeah, that's pretty much my morning routine. And the final step I would say is that if you watch some of my previous videos, you know that I'm a huge proponent of intermittent fasting, not only for its fat loss benefits, but for its hormone regulation, for its autophagy, which is basically removing waste material from cells, and a host of other benefits, which you can check out in a video that I filmed about intermittent fasting as well. And I have a pot boiling here of hot water. Just gonna sip some coffee, and then usually it's just time to get down to work, check some emails, respond to some client stuff, and just I try to, you know, at this point it would be editing this video, making sure that it's properly aligned to be uploaded on YouTube. And that's basically my morning routine that I try to do every single day. And if you do it as well, you'll definitely feel the effects of waking up with more energy, purpose, and drive to strive for what you're truly capable of. So there you have it, my ultimate morning routine for more energy, success, drive, purpose, power, and overall just striving to narrow the gap between the man you are and the man you're capable of being. Now, if you want to dive deeper into this stuff, you know that a lot of my work is focused on around natural testosterone optimization. As a man, if your testosterone is not on point, it will be very difficult for you to strive for your potential. Now, this morning routine definitely will have positive effects on your hormones as well. That's a large part of what makes them great. And of course, if you want to dive deeper, I highly recommend you check out my quiz below, which will analyze where you are right now and what factors might be holding you back from producing optimal levels of testosterone and from living the life of energy, purpose, and power that you're capable of living. So click the link below, check out the quiz, go through it, enter your email, and then I'll do my best to help you out there as well. With all that being said, I hope that this video has been valuable for you, and I'll see you soon.